one last reminder as a public service, it's Mother's Day. So if you didn't get a card, you're too late. I'm sure Eric sent his mother a card. I can't see him in there. Yes, I only see my own reflection. And next Saturday, I should be on time at 9 o'clock. Next Saturday, but you can always check my website. I put up my schedule. WABC Radio never puts up my schedule because they don't care, but I care. All right, Tom.
Hi, Lynn. I care too.
Okay.
When you brought up Roy Masters before?
Yeah.
You know, I listened to that guy years ago.
Yeah, he used to be on WMCA on weekends.
He was on, yeah, I think he was on OR2 for a while. Yeah, also his website, you could actually, listen to his archived shows.
Yeah, and speeches.
I used to think the guy was a real kook.
Well, he is. The thing is, I agree with about half of what he says.
I agree with probably a lot more than that. You know, he had this amazing ability to let you see just how scummy you were at times.
Yeah, but you know what I never liked? He blames everything on women. It's like
on your
women...
Mother.
No, but all kinds of women who want to sleep with you. It's like a woman who wants to sleep with a man is just ruining that man.
Well, it does to a degree. I mean, it's probably responsible for a lot of guys the way they are. But, okay, it's equally shared. Some guys are just, pigs too.
Yes.
It's like, but no, he would just show you the dark side of human life and expose it to you and just make you aware of it. And I really used to resent listening to the guy, and I don't know what drove me to listen to him.
Oh, but I was obsessed with him. I could never turn him off.
I never sent him money, but I did get his meditation tapes, but I don't have the patience to, sit in a chair like that.
You know something? I don't either. I've read more books on meditation in my life, and I just really, but I think I meditated other times. In other words, you set me loose wandering around Macy's,
right.
And I go into a totally altered state.
And when you see the prices...
No, I'm not. There's a thing. It's something men don't understand very well. Shopping does not have to result in buying something. You know, like if you go to Old Navy, you're going there because you want to buy something. But I can wander around Macy's or Lord & Taylor... And I really go into an altered state, and I think I'm in some meditative state in a department store.
Well, I guess you just sort of allow your mind to focus on something different.
But
it's just a change of scenery, actually.
Well, I'm never thinking about the stuff. Well, to me, the Macy's is a park.
Yeah.
But I love that Roy Masters is on the internet.
Yeah, I found the website, actually, when I first got online. And I was amazed that, I said, well, at least he's still out there. But I just remembered that, when you brought it up, it just brought back, and I've got tapes of his old shows. I used to just like to tape him a lot and listen to him. And like I said, I became obsessed with listening to this guy after I really resented listening to him at first. Excuse me, my stupid alarm clock that automatically talks to wake me up in the middle of the night.
Oh, my goodness.
But anyway... how often do you listen to him, though?
Well, I just finally I found the website, and the first time I tried to listen to a show, the connection kept cutting off.
Right.
And then luckily, I figured out how to stop that from happening. You have to expand the amount of time before you lose your connection.
Right.
Because they set it at like 20 seconds, and you need to reset it at 90 seconds. So I just was listening last night or so. Yeah, I guess last night.
Yeah.
To a whole 2-hour show.
That's pretty interesting.
Where he was talking about how sometimes it was from a couple of weeks ago, he was talking about Timothy McVeigh. And how sometimes anger at other people's evil can cause you to do evil.
Right. You become what you hate.
Yes, so that you have to watch your anger at that evil, because like Timothy McVeigh did something evil because of his anger at the evil of what the government had done.
Yeah.
So you can't let it affect you like that.
The one thing I learned from him, I think that really I've taken through most of my life and found that it does actually work if you're patient enough to let it work. Most of us aren't, because you just kind of fly off the handle. But his poison principle, in other words, you have an evil person or somebody bad around you that's making your life miserable.
Yes.
They're always trying to give you something the poison.
Yes.
If you don't take it from them, who's stuck with it?
Yes.
And who dies with it?
Yes.
And
he was doing a lot of that on the show I was listening to.
Yeah, and it does make a lot of sense. But again, most people are just so frustrated. You don't have that patience to do that kind of
because
stuff.
you don't think. When somebody's bugging you...
You get raged.
Yeah, you just get enraged. But I'm so glad. I mean, now there's a beautiful thing on the internet is that everybody who doesn't have access to hearing him on the radio. And it's funny because if he were on the radio in New York, I wouldn't even be allowed to mention it.
Right.
So because it's a website, and you can listen whenever you want, I can.
Now, you said WABC. I haven't checked because naturally I get it on the radio here.
We're not back.
Why? Is it still because of that dispute?
Well, after, last week I got a letter from their PR guy trying to spin me that it has nothing to do with AFTRA, but of course it does. They have to figure out a way to broadcast everything without the commercials.
Okay. My fiance lives out in Iowa. We've talked before.
Yes.
Okay. I get her local radio station there.
Some of them are doing it. Some of them apparently don't give a crap.
But Iowa radio, Lynn, it's nothing like
Well, I'm sure it's no good, but there are other stations. K-Dawn out in Las Vegas is still broadcasting with the commercials, so there must be some stations who say, the hell with it.
But if I listen to that station, later toward the evening, all we're really getting is a lot of the syndicated shows that we get here. Like, they get Dr. Laura.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, that's what's wrong with syndication, because you know what it does?
It makes it almost all the same all over.
And it cheats people in Iowa who would like to be on the radio of being able to be on the radio, because it's cheaper for them to play Laura and Rush.
Lynn, she was just on the radio last week. She actually did a call-in show, local stuff, it's sports stuff anyway. But the amount of people out there, there's really no market there. You're not really dealing with that,
Well, I don't know. I don't know how big of a market Iowa is, but the cows might want to listen. I have to get some other people in here,
Okay, Lynn. Good talking to you
Thank
again.
you.
Take
Bye.
care.
All right, so radio in Iowa stinks. But this growth of syndicated shows, which really started with Rush, really cuts down on the ability of young people who want to get into radio to be able to get into small markets like Iowa and learn their craft and then move on to bigger radio stations, because so many stations play all these syndicated shows. Another Tom, hi.
Yes, hi, Lynn. Tom from the Bronx
Yes,
here.
Tom buzzing, so you don't have too long.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes, I'd like to say this. The reason crime went down when Mayor Giuliani first came into power was that the Contra war was winding down. And as was reported in the Daily News, there were elements that were supporting the criminals that were pushing drugs like in Washington Heights.
Thank you. Okay, thank you very much. Your line is so buzzy that it is impossible to talk to you.